This is Uncanny Vision. I'm Navani. What we're focused on is enabling smarter surveillance and analytics. And this lies at the core of what we are at Humans. I'll explain a little bit. So what we primarily do is provide computer vision solutions for IoT devices. What I mean IoT devices, I mean surveillance cameras we have around here, providing vision so the cameras would understand. So you think, oh, there are a lot of surveillance cameras today, right? Next slide. Today there are about 300 million surveillance cameras, all of them blind. What do I mean by that? These surveillance cameras record all the video, they store it on the cloud so that tomorrow when some shooting happens, like it happened 45 minutes back in Maryland, so that police can go and look what happened. What we are trying to do is when something happens, immediately can we look, can we respond, can the cameras understand? That's what we are developing. So this is something from May 2nd, this Monday. I was at this particular shop myself, and that evening it got robbed, and there's a video from that. So what is the video? There's actually a guy running on top of the cash counter trying to assault this guy with a gun. Our software, if it was running on this, we have multiple pieces of software. We have object recognition, which you look at it, immediately the camera can tell this is a cash counter and there's a gun over there. And we can tell there are two people here. We can tell there is a human activity recognition that we've already supplied to our customers. We can tell some guy is kneeling over here, some guy is standing and raising hands. These are things that we can do today. We can do face recognition, which would tell this is an unknown person, and we can tell this is scene recognition. These are pieces of solution that we have today. We have the technology, we need to take it further. That's why I'm here. Next slide. Who are we? So I'm Navani. I was in the Valley for 11 years. I was working for a company called Xilinx, chip company. We created solutions for IoT for vision, where it was used for driver assistance. So I have a lot of experience in computer vision. Ranjit at Texas Instruments, again, 14 years developing just computer vision image processing solutions. So together we started this company. We have a team of another 8 more engineers from leading institutions. Together a lot of computer vision understanding. Until now, until even a couple of years back, some of this vision technology is something you couldn't put on an IoT devices, but today you can. Next slide. So we already have 2 products called Uncanny CV and Uncanny DL. This has been in development for 3 years. We're a 3-year-old startup. We have been developing this focused just on IoT devices, which means ARM SoC devices, highly optimized for them, and bring a lot of capabilities, including traditional vision algorithms plus 25 different neural network models like the ones that I said, object recognition, human activity recognition, scene recognition, face recognition. These are all things that we have developed in the last 3 years. Next slide. So we have been supplying this to multiple customers, some of them in the surveillance space, Konica Minolta, some of them in the automotive space that we have been supplying to. These are all multiple large Fortune 500 companies that we have been supplying our solutions to. Next slide. So this is an example. I'm giving you a couple of examples. So I told you we can do what a human posture is, right? So this is an example of a customer we've supplied to in Japan. In Japan, there are a lot of senior citizens. So there are not enough nurses to look after them. Our software sitting on the camera can tell someone is standing, looking at the posture, someone is about to lie down, someone is sleeping, someone has maybe fallen down. So that immediately you can raise an alert and then say, nurse should come and look at the person, right? So this is stuff that we are doing today, and we do it real time. We do it on the IoT devices, not something on the cloud where image has to be sent. This is all running on the device, on the camera, right? We use state-of-the-art deep learning techniques to do this better vision, all on a normal surveillance camera on the device, right? So that's what we do. Next slide. This is another example. This is actually for a Valley customer, a startup, really doing high-end home surveillance camera. We are the primary vision provider for them. The camera is able to understand what is happening inside the house, whether a human being is there, so that you get a sequence of messages saying the camera saw a person and a pet at such and such time. And if you don't want any alerts when the pet is roaming around your home, you can turn it off, and the camera will only send alerts when a human being is walking around, right? So we enable real vision on the camera itself. Next slide. So we have done multiple other things in the past. In the early 3 years back when we started, we supplied to a lot of automotive customers where we can do at night infrared detection, stereo vision, cyclist detection in the rear camera. So these are all examples of things that we have done, and that's where our expertise comes in. Next slide. So with all of this that we have done, what we're right now planning to do, our roadmap, is basically build on top of this a surveillance as a service where human activity monitoring and a learning camera that will enable you to detect some anomalous stuff is happening, like the theft that happened in Burlingame this Monday, what doesn't happen, the shootings like it's happening in Maryland shouldn't happen, right? So what we're doing is basically a learning camera which would learn and understand every camera for its location using deep learning, would understand what is normal behavior for about a week or a month, and then when anything unexpected happens, immediately it'll raise an alert, right? So that you can respond immediately. Next slide. So what we do, the roadmap for us is to basically put all of this vision and intelligence on the camera, so something unexpected happens, you can raise an alert. Or sometimes you might want to do, some businesses want us to provide analytics so that even when something wrong is not happening, they can still use that information for better analytics, right? So that's the roadmap. Next slide. So this is, for example, not a very security related application. This is a large US retailer, one of the top 3. What they want us to do is, given an image of what is happening, just visually looking at it, using deep learning, they want us to help. If someone is standing there, maybe looking at a phone and looking at the price tag, that means they're a price conscious buyer. So immediately next second, they want to put an ad to show 15% discount. So immediately the guy has come into the shop, so immediately they can make sure you buy, right? Instead of shopping online, they've come here. Another one is a confused buyer. So if a buyer is confused, one of the postures, there can be many different postures that we can support. So the confused user is there. Maybe you want to send a customer service representative so that immediately you can help them buy something rather than go back without looking at an object. Or maybe a thief we can identify. So these are examples of things that we're working on for this large US retailer. This is not security related, but using the same technology, we can actually apply it to other type of business impact. So if this is of interest, we're interested in hearing as well. Next slide. So the way we're positioning this is, the camera will have the software, and on a monthly basis, you pay a subscription of either $10 for just the security package, security plus analytics for about $20. Next slide. So competitive landscape, a lot of people are doing computer vision on the cloud. So there are a lot of people doing this deep learning based things on the cloud, right? There's a lot of companies doing good work there. But what we are done, coming from the Silicon Valley, we know what SoC devices are capable of. We know a lot of vision today is possible on the IoT devices. So real time, you can interact, you can respond, and potentially prevent things from happening. Or in the case of businesses, help you, better analytics and help you respond to customer requests if they've already come into your store, right? So those are things that we're doing, deep learning, but we're doing it all on the device rather than doing it on the cloud, right? So that's our expertise. We have 50 plus expertise, 50 plus years of experience in doing computer vision. We're bringing all of that to IoT devices. So that's what we do. Next slide. So we're in the process of raising funds. We're raising $1 million. We have a few investors who already committed, including Target Ventures. We are in discussion with a few other marquee investors. The plan is to do a lot of technology development and take this out to a larger set of customers. Next slide. So that's Uncanny Vision for you. The goal is to provide uncanny computer vision solutions to IoT devices so that we can address the problems that are immediate today. Right? So that's us.